Hello, guys. What is up? Welcome to the Transparency. Here. Again, sorry for the delay there. Again, welcome to Truth and Transparency. Gonna get this started here in just 4 minutes. Let those notifications click in. Again, I do apologize for the delay. Welcome. Scott Roeder will be coming in live here at 4 p.m. And before that, we're going to go over, get all of the audience questions so he can answer. He's doing a straight Q&A. He is excited to be here, and he wants to hear you guys' questions and see what he can help out with answering. Yes, thank you for that. Good shit takes time. Thank you. I appreciate that. Again, I had a conversation with Dana's sister, so this early afternoon, right there at the lunch hour. Again, so I do apologize for the couple-minute delay. Again, hello to everybody. All right, guys, again, welcome back. Truth and Transparency. Scott's going to be on with me here at 4, so we got about 59 minutes. We're going to be waiting patiently to, everybody wants to know what's going on in Pennsylvania. I can tell you guys this in PA, Normally, they do not allow cameras, so you're able to see basically, what you saw this morning, him coming out, that's pretty much what you're gonna see. I've actually done a lot of work in Pennsylvania. Mm. So, no phones, you can't even have your phone on, no cameras. So, this should be a quick hearing, and they're expected to have Bryan, on his way to Idaho. So, um yep, Lana, someone's asking for closed captions. I mean, I see if I can do that. Hold on one second. I will try to help that. Yep, I'm gonna be able to set that feature for you after the live. You're gonna have to actually click on your own while you're watching if you can, but after it goes live, you should be able to do that. So also make it easier for my moderators there. I went ahead and made it so that it was 45 seconds in between um, being able to post. So again, good afternoon to everybody. Let's see what we got here. We're gonna play a couple things. Try to get as much information to you guys as possible and as quickly as possible. Um, for those of you guys that are at work, put your earbuds in. Um, if you're watching from a screen, again, we'll see. I'll look into trying to get that closed caption and see if there's a possibility of getting that. So when it actually goes live, that you can see that. It's not a thing in Pennsylvania about the security reasons. So usually, like anything, you would have to petition in to be able to have that as far as having cameras in. But PA, good luck. But I wanted Sheldon Jeter Jr.'s trial to be televised. No phones, no cameras, no nothing. So that's a good question right there, Michelle. Has the Elantra been shipped to Idaho yet? Um, I'm actually wondering if it's something they can process, there before they would do the shipping, just for purposes of not contaminating as much as possible. Again, I think that's a great question. But getting old blows, Gail. So you just made me laugh, Gail. Let's see. Thank you for the new memberships, guys. Do appreciate it. Let's see what we can bring in for here. This is Bryan getting out, and right here he does take a peek over right there. He takes a peek over at the crowd. I don't know if he was trying to see who he could see, if his wanted to see if his family was out there or not, or if he was taking a peek at the media. But this is Bryan getting out of the sheriff. People have been asking, is he really that big? He does have, he's in complete bulletproof, so you're going to be thicker. But right here, he does take a peek over. He did ask, allegedly, to speak with his family. Brian. So right there, he takes a little glance over. Brian, did you do it? 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 As far as the reports talking about Bryan rapping and doing the absurd stuff, I don't believe any of it. I think that is complete and utter bullshit. So that's what I think. Slayer Selection says, oh, he is loving the attention. Quite possibly. Yes, Bryan allegedly was denied speaking with his family privately. So thank you there, T. That was not him. He's wearing red, not orange. That's definitely Bryan. I think it's funny when people want to troll. But thank you. Thank you to all the new people. You guys give me something to laugh about sometimes. Oh, maybe you're talking about in jail. Maybe that's it. But yeah, this was definitely Bryan walking in terms of that goes. But it was actually like a rainy slash. It was actually turning to. See if you could see it right there. It's way too warm for it to be snow, by the way, because of the weather. So it's raining instead of snowing because we got hit with a little warm patch. It's interesting to me. I think he got there that was pretty early that he got there. He's been at this courthouse in some type of room since when was this? What's it been now? I mean, he got there, I want to say like 4 hours ago. Like at least by 11. So okay, yeah. But yeah, so he got there between 10 and 11 a.m. Hearings at 3 here, and it's going to be quick. He says he's not fighting going to Idaho because he wants to get this all cleared up. If he was to be fighting this, it's like it's smart for him in a defense standpoint. If you're innocent, you want to get back, and his attorney has said that his family allegedly is there, his 2 sisters and parents. The presumption of innocence until being, proved guilty. So I expect him to not say a word. Yeah, I agree with that statement right there. Social butterfly, 100%. People have been saying, do you think he's going to represent himself? No, I do not. I think he is going to have a public defender in my camera system talks to me, so I had to mute it there for a second. It lets me know when there's danger. You in danger, girl. I'm just kidding. I'm excited to have you guys be able to ask Scott a bunch of questions. I think that the car is going to be really, really important. I think that I heard Nancy Grace talking, and I mean, God, she's just so loud. She's saying that you can't tell me that there's not going to be one shred of evidence in that car. I completely disagree. Respectfully disagree. It doesn't. I mean, this is a guy that's OCD to the max, and he's had how long to have that Elantra, cleaned, but also depending on how he left the scene, if he used a garbage bag and things like that. But yeah, in terms of what's going to be in that vehicle, yes, everybody knows that he got pulled over allegedly twice in Indiana, once for speeding, once for following too close behind. I think that that's interesting. When you drive 2,000 plus miles, Indiana's going to be like, he's not that far from home. So, somebody says here, I'm hoping for Murphy's hair. That'd be awesome. Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting what's in his apartment. I think it's gonna be interesting what's in his apartment. I think that when did his dad buy his plane ticket? I think that his dad would have had to make a connecting flight to fly out of PA to, what airport did he fly into? He would have had a connecting flight, we believe, and to start looking at, the different car washes in that area to see if you can start pulling surveillance from the different car washes, the self-serve car washes, to see if he was over getting his car, cleaned, professionally cleaned. Did he have it detailed? But he had a significant amount of time to what is up, Morgan? You're just on time. You're not late. Scott's going to be with us here at 4. And basically what I'm going to do is Scott said, hey, any questions, go. Put them all up. I'm going to answer, what I can. So I think that's awesome. You guys have a lot of questions, and, I want to hear from Scott. He was back a couple weeks ago before Bryan was arrested. Now Bryan's been arrested, and, let's see what he thinks. Let's see what he would do. What's going to be important. Somebody just said, would the blood still be there even if he cleaned the car when they put that liquid? Luminol blood is very hard to clean. That's saying if there's blood in the vehicle. I, for one, think I'm just shocked that he drove his own vehicle. You plan something all out like this to have that vehicle, be driving your vehicle. Why did he drive to Washington? I would have flown out. Who drove? I don't know anybody that drove to Washington. His dad flew out. I have no problem. I think that anybody would. I mean, this is your child. I think that who wouldn't support their kid? So I think that, supporting your kid is important. Why would you? I mean, your kid's never been in trouble. He's going to school for this. I have no issues with anybody supporting their kid and standing by their kid, or even like their brother or sister, things like that. So, his dad knew. He got pulled over twice. Wow. Well, because he was speeding on the one, and the other one was allegedly driving too close. So, um, I don't think anybody is in Pennsylvania right now. Um, I think that if you've listened to what Kaylee's dad said, that there's going to be a representative of their family almost for every court hearing appearance and everything like that. They're being a little more, tight-lipped with, I think, what they're saying publicly. I think they're going to be waiting until the probable cause comes out, and I think that we're going to hear a lot more in terms of the connections. I want to know where he kept the car while he was still in Washington, because, I think this just shows that who's watching the news. I mean, you walk out of your apartment building and you see your parking complex and where he would have parked and his neighbors, and you don't see this white Elantra that, like, I mean, literally was just being played over and over. So maybe these people didn't watch the news. I don't. Why wouldn't the campus police at Washington State be driving around their lots? So did he keep his car somewhere else? I think that's interesting for me. Did he keep his car somewhere else? Because how do you not? They said they got what was it, like 20? They said they had 22,000 white Elantras that were, what was it, registered? Was it 22,000? And
I think it was a really big number.
I think it's going to be as soon as they can. You guys, I'm telling you, people can say whatever they want, but someone like me that have a channel like this, and people that are doing this, they're helping way more than you could ever imagine to law enforcement. They're not going to go and say, hey, yeah, keep sending us stuff. Like, you guys kept us in the limelight. Think about cases that don't get this type of attention. You know how much Dana's sister would love to have this type of attention. And you got law enforcement in missing persons that say, oh, we can't say that much. Like, you have to apply pressure. You have to apply pressure in order to, hey, we want a press conference. You have to tell us, like, we haven't found somebody. Where's they last seen? Things like that. But your average person hopefully listens to the news at some point, hopefully sees a newspaper. But how about campus police? How they wouldn't have drove through. I mean, he was living in an on-campus apartment. It's just interesting to me. People are, I agree with that, not going to know make and models when you're driving in, like, you pass somebody. But when you're walking out of your apartment complex and you see something, like I said, I'm just going to go hard on with the campus police, the police in general. Like, hey, we need to scour through the. You have to get a permit, guys. When I was at the University of Cincinnati, if you have a car on campus, you have to get a permit to be able to park it there. You have to register it. You have to have the make and model. You have to have the plate number. Yes, at some point he changed his plate number on 11/18, but it's still going to be the white Elantra. So why, all you would have to do is run a check on that. You would think that, like, in 2000 to 2004, when I was at the University of Cincinnati, you could not get a parking permit on your campus without filling this out, and it would be on the record. So, and it would go into a database. So if you were to type in, Elantra, it's going to pop up. So how quickly do I think that they were on to Bryan? Well, as soon as they would have talked about this white Elantra, in my opinion, because otherwise you guys need new databases, because that's just, You're going to tell me he parked in an apartment complex and didn't have a permit? No, because that's like one of the most required things. Yeah, I had to give all info to live exactly. And then you have your little parking pass. And if he's a teacher there, if he was teaching at the building, I looked up where the criminal justice building was, the criminology department, and all that stuff. For him to walk to classes on WSU's campus, it was like a 20-minute walk. Usually, if he was to drive over there, he would also have a different parking pass for that. So, but police were looking for a 2010 to 2013 Elantra. I understand that, but you're gonna sit there and say, "Oh, I have this 2015." No, I have this white 2015. We should just pass it up. Come on now. I think that the police to say 2011 to 2013, maybe that was a tactic as well, so that he thought he was in the clear. But why you just wouldn't say you were looking for a white Elantra? I mean, again, that's a simple thing that you would type in. So they knew about that December 7th. I think it just has to do with when you're conducting an investigation like this, you have to be very organized. The person in charge is very organized. I don't care if they're a great public speaker, because they're in charge of an investigation and making sure that you're delegating. Okay, hey, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this, and then you're reporting back to me, and I'm taking all of this and I'm seeing what you're able to come up with. So when I'm assigning something, I have it on my whiteboard, or I have it that way. I'm saying, okay, when we, debrief at night, okay, here, you're supposed to do this. What do you have for me? And when you don't have the command and the chain of it together, and that's when investigations get blown up. I think that people talking about Bryan as a student or as a teacher and saying that, oh, yeah, I do remember he acted like this afterwards. Well, then why didn't you call something like that in? You know what I mean? I think that that's for shit. If you felt that he was acting weird or strange or something afterwards, and that you also knew he drove a white Elantra, well, maybe you need to pick a different field because you failed. That's my opinion. So it's just funny to me that people want to talk about something after the fact. And well, if I felt that somebody was being strange, I mean, as Scott said, he's like, look at someone's knuckles, look at their hands. Then if he wore tactic gear, but to come out and say, oh yeah, he was acting different, or he didn't do this and he didn't do that. Well, did you go to the police? I mean, what do you, I just, to hear that stuff is just mind blowing to me. I think that's good luck. You're so sassy. I love it. it's just and people that eat that shit up, I just laugh at that. Like, so whatever. You're fired. You like that? Yeah. And you're fired. Or, pick a new career. It's just really close. And people were already talking about, he just came out. Good. We get to see him just come out and for our 2 seconds. Good, Barbara. Yeah. Yes, you do. I agree, Scott. I agree, but Lana Brain is on an entire different level. It showed him walk down the hall. Exactly. He's walking down the hall. I mean, what if he's innocent? I think everybody's innocent until proven guilty. Could he be a patsy? Sure. Like I said, I feel bad for his family. I feel bad for all the victims' families. Just, this is going to be a process. And you're going to have to just relive it every single day. And like your lives are forever changed. And that's just horrible. Horrible. Yeah, we can go ahead and check him out. Why can't we? Let's go ahead and check him out walking down here. One of Brian Etna threw a mic in his face and said, "Hey, Enton, yes." All right, here we go. I got it. I'll play it for you guys.
This door open up. We will listen in. It'll be interesting. I'm not sure if Kohberger will be escorted past the camera or if he will turn, because it'd be very interesting. I would imagine it's more likely than not that he's going to remain silent. He's not going to say anything to the cameras, but if he sees
they're definitely going to
cameras,
walk him in front of the cameras.
Right. That's what you would think.
No, I did not know what my classmates drove. That's the whole point. Just like I didn't know how they acted on a certain day because I had no interaction with them to know even who was in my class. That's why I think it's all, not only would I not know what they drove, I wouldn't know if they started having more coffee or less coffee, or if their hair was, if they were more stubbly than they were before. I mean, no, I just wouldn't. And that's why, so here we go. The guy is walking behind him with a, wow. There you go. There he is. Yes, I think that he has, you could see it, the black right there. You could see that he has it on. I mean, do I think that he targeted them? They said that it was a targeted attack. I think that they're going to be held to that. I think that they need to prove that it was targeted because they came out and said that. And if they can't draw any connections to Bryan, to the victims, I think that's not going to be, that's going to hurt it's going to help his defense. Because they kept saying this was a targeted attack. This was an isolated targeted attack as well. And that people shouldn't be worried, on campus. And I think that the more that we're finding out about Bryan, I think that was very interesting to say, because everybody right now thinks that he is a complete psychopath, complete sociopath. Is he a serial killer? Can he hurt other people? But to think that Kaylee's sister said it best, y'all need to leave. You need to leave. Your teachers will understand. You can always do a class again, but you need to leave. He just killed 4 people. Why wouldn't he kill again? And that's what Kaylee's sister was saying immediately. And she was right. Because right now there is no, oh my God, yeah, that's who someone dated, or this is who, there's right now, we don't even, what's the connection? What's the connection to anybody right now? So I guess we'll see. What is up, Alice from Pittsburgh? Lana, do you think that there are other suspects? Well, they came out and said that he acted alone. It's just, hard for me to believe, she says, or Raphael says that there was only one person to do this. I think this was a calculated, premeditated killing. So I think knowing his background and what he was set out to do, if this was in fact him, I think that the probable cause and the crime scene is everything. You know, why was he arrested in the first place? You know, you can't just say, "Oh, you have a white Elantra, we're arresting you." They didn't talk to him. So, any girlfriends come forward? Not that I've seen. I don't think he has girlfriends. I think that he. I'm excited to hear Scott and to see what you guys think. Hey, Truth and Transparency. I did a ton of research last night looking up cold cases and missing persons cases within 1 hour of Strasburg, Pennsylvania. Would you like me to send you the names? Sure. Thank you. Will we learn the probable cause? We'll learn it after he goes and does his first hearing. So we're not going to learn the probable cause tonight. He's going to be, I'm guessing what's today? Today's Wednesday? No, today's Tuesday. Tuesday. When do they have him set to be in Idaho to do his? We're going to hear it after. I think that was the 5th. Yeah, we're going to wait until he has to have a hearing in Idaho. After he has that, we'll hear from him, or we'll get the probable cause released rather. The neighbor said that he heard a girl in his apartment once or twice. The neighbor also said that she saw the white Elantra getting towed from the parking lot. So, I mean, I don't know. Whatever. How about the incel theory? Yep, I think that he probably meets that. I mean, he's... would you come forward if you dated or slept with him? To help others, maybe, yeah, there you go. You can email there. He's really tall. He's 6 foot. He's 6 foot. Lisa says, at Truth and Transparency Atlanta, a detective on a different stream said case can be moved from Idaho to another state to seat an unbiased jury. I've heard a different county. Have you ever heard of it being moved to a different state? I've never heard of a state. I don't know if that's true or not true, but definitely a different county. Absolutely.
You can look it up.
They're saying that, something like a 23andMe is where there was no, his DNA was linked through like a 23andMe type of situation again. So are they going live soon? There's nothing going to be in the courtroom, guys. There's no cameras in PA's courtrooms. I don't know who's been saying that to you guys. I feel bad, but that's just not the case. You got to do some really big maneuvering. Go check it out. Tell me the last time you saw a case in PA that you got to watch on, what's it, Long Crime? Is that the name of the channel?
Yeah, as long as you can see a Law and Order.
Law and Order, that's what I call it. That's interesting. Blind Squirrel. Do you think Kaylee's dad's brother, who was jailed for murder, could have come up in Bryan's college research? Possibly. I think it's definitely possible. I'm going to wait for Scott with that. Is Kaylee's family there? Nope. No cameras allowed in Idaho either. Interesting. I'll have to look at that. They usually just take a jury from another county. No, they do both. They definitely do both. They've done it both ways. What's up, hybrid per Pisces? He was lazy, plain and simple. That's why he's caught. Completely disagree. Idaho does allow cameras. Yeah, that's what I thought. Um, I thought Kaylee's dad is there. No, he's not. I think that there's going to be for his trial. I think this is going to go to trial number 1, and that there'll be, that there will be cameras. This is one of like the biggest, if not, I mean, I think it's the biggest and most. And this is horrific. College students in their own home being stabbed. Like what? I mean, how? What? 4 people, 3 girls, one gentleman. How does somebody pull this off? How is there no screams? Everything like that. I think this is unheard of. This person is unheard of. This type of person is unheard of. What they were studying. I hope Scott is contacted to recreate the crime scene for the prosecution. That would be badass. And I think he took blood from the house to use for lubricant.
No.
I'm laughing at the end. Like, I really wasn't expecting to read that, but hey, wow. Christina, I do appreciate your super chat and your insight. That made me giggle there at the end, but wow. Definitely not saying that could definitely be, the case, but I didn't pre-read that too, so I just biggest since OJ, way bigger than OJ. Way bigger than OJ. The only reason OJ's was big is because it was OJ Simpson. Take out OJ Simpson, and what do you have? I spit my drink out with that comment. Yeah. Yes. Yes. Bill Thompson, I want to look at his track record for like prosecuting and, going to trial and stuff like that in something like this. This is kind of where you would want to have possibly assign a special prosecutor to help, to aid. Scott's finishing up a meeting and then he'll be on. PA State Police to hold the pressure on arrest at 4:30. PSP. That would be the PSP holding that presser. Well, good, because Scott said he wants to hear some of that stuff if people are talking about it afterwards. Again, here you go. This was Bryan walking in. Somebody has gloves on touching him. You think he requested that? Please put some gloves on if you're going to touch me.
Let's explain.
I think I might just.
All of us truth.
So they're keeping their camera there, by the way, so they could catch him possibly on his way out.
Loosey goosey. I'm paying attention to some comments here, but we're also trying to also get ready for Kohberger's next appearance in the hallway. Says hashtags both of us. The lawyer Labar says he got tickets, but he hadn't seen them, didn't know what they were. Indiana State Police say they have no record of stopping either Kohberger. And this is based on reporting by Fox News that on the trip in mid-December, on the trip home, Kohberger and his father, according to Labar, the attorney, that they got pulled over twice in Indiana, and Indiana State Police saying that there was no record of them getting getting pulled over. And that would mean, of course, that there weren't any tickets given.
Right.
But yeah, that was another nugget that came out from Fox News. As all these as interviews are done and questions are asked, this is how we get information between now and the arrest affidavit being released. We've got the audio up on full blast. We also have it full screen for you for, again, Bryan Kohberger exiting court.
This is him exiting.
Yeah, you're right on time. Starting to walk. Walking.
Here we go.
Do you got bathrooms? They should be clear.
About one car was 32 miles an hour, so we're going 60 or 70 miles an hour. About 6 or 7 cars. Oh, you guys did? Yeah. So.
You know what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to put this through my editor, and I'll be able to get all the background noise out, and I'll be able to just have the officer.
Right. Yeah, because right now it looks like, I mean, if I was the guy, like, where are you coming from, sir?
Yeah.
Idaho?
Yeah.
Okay. Look
So
how
he was-
filthy that car is, though.
Yeah.
But that's
It's
just driving on the highway in Indiana.
or, yeah, you're in Indiana.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Here,
let's see
check
what
out
else
the
is
date,
on
though.
the
Check out
tape.
the date, guys. Check out the date. Look at this. 12:15. Check out the time.
Ooh, okay.
So you got the timestamp there. This is Indiana 12:15. Okay, so the date is December 15th. Now, mind you, he was in a auto body by the 16th. So December 16th, I believe, is, I'll double check, but 12:15.
And the auto body was in PA?
Yeah. Yeah.
And that was just the general maintenance, or was he getting actual body work done?
He did it was, I think it was like a tire rotation, oil. It was just, I think it was just simple, like, tune up.
Like a lube stop, oil change, or something
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
Okay, but not a body shop where he's getting a fender fixed or something, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but
Yeah.
like, I mean, it is pretty dirty. It's hard to hear with.
It was a county guy.
Yeah,
so
with the
like a black
traffic going
SUV.
by, we're gonna need it.
Okay, all right. You saw, you guys following too closely?
So that's interesting. So right here we can hear, this is the second pullover. So the county guy was the one that got him on the first pullover because he was following too closely. So here, check this out.
Like a black SUV? Okay, all right. You saw, you guys following too closely? Okay. Today? Well, I'm not going to give you guys another ticket or warning if you just got stopped. Just make sure you give yourself plenty of room, okay? So like I said, it's all about how fast you're going, okay? So if you're going 10 miles an hour, you only need one car. Or if you're going, so speed limit here is 7. If you're going 70 miles an hour, you need 7 car miles. Yeah. That's the easy way to explain it.
Okay, so he's explaining to him, this is crazy. He's explaining to him how many car lengths you have to be behind based on the type of travel, how fast you're going. He says he's not going to cite him again because the first time he got pulled over, it was for following too close. So this is he's not going to give him a ticket here. I'm curious to see how this ends up. But isn't that what you're hearing from this? He's explaining to him. I mean,
Yeah, he's
over-
definitely. This is definitely. I hate to say it, man, but look at the. He's really being treated very congenial here. It's almost like he's pulling over a family member. So and not mind you, I'm not looking for police officers in this country to harass people, but just a little bit too nice. A little bit too nice here. I wonder if this had different occupants in it, if the dialogue would be so congenial and so forgiving. But anyway, I don't want to start that subject. Just an observation.
So here, let's see what the rest of it has to say.
Yeah. It's really,
They're chucking it up.
All right, you guys have a safe trip. Where y'all headed? Thank you so much. Where y'all headed? Where at? Yeah, it's a long haul. You guys scared of airplanes?
Wait, did you hear that question? Are you guys scared of airplanes? Boom! That's what I said. What does he say here? This is interesting. Are you scared of airplanes? Like, basically, why are you driving back? Holy shit, they were following them. Wait a second, I gotta hear this part.
Yeah, say that again. I didn't catch it.
Did you? Okay. All right, well, hey, peace out, safe trip. Thanks, sir. Did you? Okay. All right, well, hey, peace out. Oh, you guys scared of airplanes?
When you were saying about the chuckle, that's right when he asks him that. He asks him, are you guys scared of airplanes?
Oh, where at?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a long
This was
haul.
planned.
You guys scared of airplanes?
Wow. I want to see the license plate here. There you go.
Right, CFBB708.
Wow.
Or is that CFB8708? Hard to tell. I don't have my glasses on, but CF
This is insane.
88708 possibly. I don't know. Could
Oh
be
yeah,
BB.
it's a CFB 8708.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
All
there's
right. Well,
the
that's
car.
interesting. So you got caught in the middle, pulled over in the middle of middle
Indiana.
of nowhere. Yeah. Indiana is a whole lot of nowhere.
Yep.
A whole lot of cow farms and cornfields.
It's like he wanted to get that he wanted to get that question in. He wanted to ask him about the like, are you afraid to fly? Like, why would Bryan just not fly back for the holidays? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you think about that from the standpoint of you're in Indiana, you got guys with Idaho plates, and while you're driving
Washington,
back,
but yeah, same thing.
yeah, Washington plates. Yeah, they're like, I think that's a natural question. Why are you driving cross country home for Christmas? That's a long fly. Yeah. And maybe, I don't know if he was scared of crashing or scared of the germs, right? OCD, I would say probably more scared of the germs, or the control freak in him, scared of lack of control over
Do you guys
his
see?
movement.
Do you see how clean that car is, though? You guys see how clean that car is, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
Besides, I mean, I'm talking about the inside, obviously. Like, look at this.
Yeah,
right.
Here. I don't see any garbage. All there is
Boom, right
two
there.
water bottles.
2 waters. Yep. There they are. And you know what? Take a look at Bryan's hair. It doesn't look that long at all. His hair looks really long right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, it does.
You know,
He could have been wearing a hat. It's cold.
Matted down a little bit.
Down a little bit.
Yeah, there they go.
For driving in a car. So at Indiana from Idaho, they're on their last leg. They're at this point, they're probably about 7 hours away from home, and they've been on the road for at least a full day with a night sleepover somewhere at a motel.
Yeah, I mean, this is just so interesting to me. Now we know like the timestamp of when he was pulled over. So to this point, even if you were to drive all the way through, he would have at least had to leave by the 13th. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
right?
And I'd say he left on the 13th. Well, we'll know when we get the ticket for when the dad landed. But I think the interesting thing is here, I don't think that there was a worldwide APB on this Hyundai Elantra yet by the 15th because this case on December the 15th, this was all over the news everywhere. This is only a month and 2 days after it happened, and for them not to look a little bit closer at this particular time with regard to everybody looking for this Hyundai, I find that interesting that they didn't probe this stop a little further.
Well, this was the second stop, so I wonder
Yeah.
what happened in the first stop, but maybe they weren't wearing body cams in that first stop. What's interesting to me is the way that he is hunched over. I think this just kind of proves that like you might want to reconsider where you're putting your body cams because you're not.
Yeah.
Now he also
Go
has
back to that a second. Go back to that a second. I want to see if Brian's hand was on the gear shifter, and because he was hunched over, he was looking to get the earliest possible view of this police officer. I want to see if he was ready to bolt out of there if he saw that cop with his hand on his gun.
He has a seatbelt on. Do you see that right there? You see his seatbelt stretched a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Stop
right.
it
So
there.
listen, because he got a violation for not wearing a seatbelt. So here you could see his belt. Well, at least right. I mean, you can see it. It's on right there. You could see it. He's leaning over. You could see it stretched.
Yeah. He's got it in park. He's got his hand. I mean, he's playing it cool. His hands
are accessible. They don't look,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, his right hand is balled up on his knee like that, which shows a lot of tension. But that to me shows that he's ready to pop that car into drive if something's happening. Because he's still ready to get out of there.
They got two waters. He has his phone plugged in, whatever phone this is. It looks like it's an iPhone.
Yeah, it looks like it's going into the glove box right there.
Oh, an aux cord right there, right? Is that?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's his phone or if it's his dad's phone.
Looks like it might be the dad's. It's sitting on his leg.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see another phone. He could have another phone somewhere else. This car doesn't have GPS on the dash. It's just a pretty.
It doesn't have a sunroof.
Yeah, pretty mid car.
Yeah, and I
sorry about that. Don't cringe, everybody. I say that in joking. I know I'm too old to say mid. I say that for comic effect. So don't cringe too hard.
Yes, I think that. Can you imagine his dad if Brian just tore out of there?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he'd be shitting his pants.
Just no tinted windows. I think that he's probably like, how am I getting pulled over again? Like, what's going on here? I'm telling you, his hair though is super short, man. Yeah. His hair is super short. I can't zoom in. I have to put it through my editor.
Yeah, download this thing and we can.
I can do some. Yeah,
I can help you on that too. If you want to take a shot at it and then send it over to me, and then I could try to augment it and get it back to you.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and that's it. What else do we have after the guy walks back to the car? Does he give him a written warning, or does he just go away?
He says right here that he is, where you go.
But if you're going 10 miles an hour, you only need one car. If you're going speed limit, you're 7. Going 7 miles an hour, you need 7 car miles. Yeah, that's the easy way to explain it. Yeah, it's really in the B&B man. I said 2%. All right, you guys have a safe trip. Where y'all headed? Thank you so much. Where y'all headed to? Where at? Yeah, it's a long haul. You guys scared of airplanes? Did you? Okay. All right, well, hey, peace out, safe trip. Thanks.
Let's see how fast he pulls away. Let's see if he's gone before the cop gets back in his car. All right. Damn. All right. That's interesting stuff. Yeah. I tell you what, TMZ, they do some pretty good reporting. I feel like TMZ is better than NBC.
You know what I'm saying? TMZ better than NBC.
Scotty. Well, you want to call it a wrap up? What do you want to do? It's up to you.
Yeah, I mean, unless we have anything else to talk about, I just wanted to show my ugly mug for all the TNT people. I love you guys. I appreciate all your wonderful comments and your support for Lana and her good work. And I appreciate you guys welcome me in for a little brief stay from time to time. I really enjoy it. And
Yeah, this is
I
our
think
resident crime scene analyst right here. This is our resident.
yeah. Feel free to consider me of counsel.
Yeah, no, you're the best. You got the best sense of humor. Also, know your shit. It's just a breath of fresh air.
Well, let's not practice spelling each other's names for everybody, okay? So
all right, we can do that.
Right, but no, I don't think I have anything else to add. Let's see what develops over the next couple of days, and
Okay.
I'm happy to jump back on with you, Lana. And I
Yep.
want to just say thank you, everybody out there. I really appreciate all your kind words and all your bright, thoughtful comments, and keep on keeping on, everybody. Love each other, hug each other, and try to make the world a better place. That's all I got to say to wrap it up.
All right. Yeah, me too. Go check out if you want to see more of that video or whatnot. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the mods, members. Great questions, you guys. And we'll do this again real soon.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Okay. You guys take care. And Scott, I will talk to you soon.
All right. Sounds good, Lana. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye, hon. All right, guys. Thanks again for being here. Thanks for being amazing to Scott. I'm telling you, if not, he's one of the best, if not the best. And right there at the end, you got to see that body cam footage of the drive that was on the second pullover. I'm going to try to enhance the video, enhance the audio, and see what we can hear. I do believe with that pullover there and that question that was asked, I now question if there wasn't that, trying to get a little bit out, like find out about the whole flying. Why didn't he fly? To be able to use that in court. Whatever answer he gave on this, he's going to have to give again. So, but also Scott said he does not have to take the stand. But again, thank you to the mods, members, subscribers. Consider thumbing up the video, or if you didn't like it, thumb it down, make yourself known. Okay, guys? All right, talk to you soon. Ciao. And you guys are welcome. Thank you for the thank yous. You guys are welcome. Thank you for the love and support.